Hello and welcome back to the Checkpoint Reach podcast. This is a little bit of a different video today. We wanted to get our thoughts out on Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, as we are big fans. So I'm joined by Sud. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Yeah, very good. Doing
good.
Well.
Good. Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
We both got this, didn't we? On release.
Yeah.
You pre-ordered it, so you got it a day before me.
Got it a day early, yeah. But
a bit jealous.
It has literally just come out today, so
it has.
A lot of people won't have probably had a chance to play it yet. So
no, but we've been able to play it, haven't we? I've played about between 2 and 3 hours, maybe 3 hours now, pushing. I think you played a bit more, haven't you?
Maybe 4 or 5, yeah, probably 4 or 5 hours, I'd say.
Yeah, so we've got enough between us to give our initial first impressions. Yeah, so let's jump into it. What do you think so far? Are you enjoying what you're playing?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, it's nice to actually play a Star Wars game. I mean, that's the first thing I want to say.
Yeah.
Because it's been a while since I've actually played a Star Wars game. I think the last Star Wars game I played was Battlefront, which left a bit of a sour taste in some people's mouths. I think it was okay, wasn't it? But I mean,
think
the campaign
it played well.
I don't think it was very good, the campaign, to be honest.
Me and you disagree there. I think the campaign was okay. It was all right.
Yeah, it was all right. But I think, it's nice to play a single-player Star Wars game. We haven't had one of them in a long time. But yeah, so far I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I like it. I think the setting of the game's good, isn't it? I kind of like that it's set between episode 3 and 4.
Yeah,
I like that era.
The Empire's
I think a lot of games
come into prominence now, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think a lot of games need. I'd like to see a lot of Star Wars games focus on that era because I think it's one of the most interesting eras, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Between like how the Empire rose and how it became so powerful and stuff. So
they mentioned
nice to see a game.
They mentioned the Jedi Purge in it, so
yeah, they do.
That must have already happened.
Yeah. I mean, I think if I'm not. He mentions this isn't really a spoiler right at the start of the game.
Yeah.
I think he mentions that the game is set pretty much 4 or 5 years after the Purge because they mentioned the Purge and then someone says like, oh, it's been 4 years, and I think Hal says like, no, it's 5, doesn't he?
Oh yeah,
right at the start of the game. So I think it's been about 5 years since the initial Order 66, I assume.
Yeah.
So not set that long after episode 3, but long enough so that most of the Jedi's are dead, pretty much.
Yeah, and they've taken control of the Empire. So
yeah, so. But yeah, I think initially, I thought the opening cutscene and stuff was really good. Obviously, I'm not going to spoil it, but I thought they did that well. Mm-hmm. Sort of the opening, what would you say, 15, 20 minutes of the game? Sort of more like tutorial, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're in like a scrapyard, aren't you? And
yeah,
it is pretty cool though to see one of the old the droid ships. I can't remember what the hell it was called now, but when you see one of them come into the scrapyard, it's like, oh yeah, there's some nostalgia for you. The prequels.
It's always nice to see a bit of nostalgia. So. But then I guess when you properly get to the first planet, the gameplay sort of starts properly then, doesn't it? Opens up.
Yeah,
you get a sense of what the game is then.
You get more of an idea of the story as well. I want to ask you what you think of the protagonist, Cal. Cal Kestis.
Yeah, I think he's okay. I mean, I think we disagreed a tiny bit on this. I don't think he's like an amazing character. I don't think he's going to be like a character that you remember in 10 years' time and go, he was one of the best protagonists I've ever seen, but I think he does the job. He's okay. He's just all right at the minute. I can't tell because until I play more of the story, I don't think we can really say, can we, until we sort of finish the story.
No, he needs to be fleshed out more, to be fair. But my initial first impression so far is he's a little bland and a little bit boring.
Yeah. Which we did think before the game, didn't we?
Yeah. He doesn't really react that much to things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know what you mean. You see, sometimes he seems like a bit of a robot, doesn't he, almost?
Yeah.
It's like...
Hey, maybe he's a clone.
Strange. Yeah, maybe. Well,
there's some speculation for you. But yeah, no. I like you said. To be fair, we need to give him more time to flesh out his character. We might start connecting with him more. But so far, I do think he's a little bit bland.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, maybe a little bit. But we'll have to just see how it develops. But yeah, I think I want to touch on the gameplay because obviously that's.
Yeah, I was about to ask you about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you think. I like the more. How would you describe it?
Methodical?
Methodical, yeah. I like the methodical combat. It's not a case of, we've played sort of Star Wars games in the past where it's kind of just frenetic,
frenetic, slasher.
Slashing around and it's like killing like 10 enemies in 2 seconds or whatever. But on this one, it is more methodical, isn't it?
Yeah,
you have to really think about what you're doing more.
I actually really like this. I really like the gameplay on this.
Yeah, I do.
The combat's really good. And
really good.
I guess there obviously is no real Jedi, but it gives you more of a sense what a Jedi would feel like. Like you have to time your blocks to ricochet the laser shot or whatever, back at the stormtroopers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So and obviously to try and parry, you've got to time the blocks too. So I like stuff like that because it's just like you mentioned, more methodical, but it's just, I don't know, it feels more immersive as a Jedi to me.
Yeah, it does. I agree. I think it feels more realistic as well, isn't it? Really, I guess, because I know it's Star Wars, so it's not realistic, but just in terms of like the combat, like it annoys me sometimes on games where you kind of just mashing through enemies left, right, and center, and they're not even putting up a fight. And it's like, is this really realistic? Like, I know stormtroopers are kind of like cannon fodder, but they would put up a bit of a fight, wouldn't they? Let's be honest. If a Jedi's coming towards them, they wouldn't just like stand there.
No, true. But
like on some Star Wars games I've played, they literally like stand there, don't they, and just let them kill you.
Yeah, true. And to be honest, I am playing this on an easy difficulty just because I want to get through it and learn more of the story, and then probably replay on a harder one. But I think I can already tell if you play this on a harder difficulty that they will overwhelm you if you're not careful.
Yeah,
and you do have to plan your attacks.
I'm playing on like sort of like, I don't know if it's like the default or what, but there's 4 difficulties and I'm playing on the second difficulty up. So it has definitely been a challenge. Like I think the gameplay is challenging. Definitely. There's some encounters where I've died a few times and I go, oh, okay, I'll have to time my blocks a bit more or sort of dodge a bit more and stuff like that. And you kind of get overwhelmed by enemies. So I do like that challenge though. I kind of like the fact that it's not too easy for me anyway. Personally, I kind of like a little bit of a challenge with this. So
yeah, I think.
What do you think about the
good job?
What do you think about the sort of Dark Souls like resting at sort of? I guess in Dark Souls it's a bonfire, but on this it's kind of like a meditation thing, isn't it? And then enemies respawn.
Well, to be honest, I haven't played Dark Souls, so this to me is quite new.
It's like a new thing, yeah.
Yeah, and to be honest, I don't mind it.
You like the fact you don't mind the fact that enemies respawn and stuff?
No, because I enjoy combat so much. I might change my mind when I get to a more difficult part.
Yeah.
But so far, I'm enjoying it because
it just
I am
to level up,
combat.
doesn't it, as well? So
yeah.
If you feel like maybe you're a bit low in level, you can just respawn go back to a meditation thing, respawn the enemies, and fight them again and level up.
True.
I like the leveling system. It's simple but it's effective, isn't it? From what I've seen so far, it's easy to upgrade as well. There's a really simple upgrade thing. It's not convoluted or overcomplicated. It's nice and simple, which I like. One other thing as well I want to touch on is the customization. Now, that's one of my favorite parts of the game so far. Being able to customize your lightsaber, putting different hilts on it, putting different colors.
There's definitely a lot on there, isn't there, that you can unlock. So that's going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
And I like. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, we were talking about like straight away I changed to green. As soon as I had the option, you didn't. I was like, yeah, I'm changing to green. I
changed to green, and I actually, weirdly, I didn't like the way it was the shade of green. It just looked different to me, so I changed it back to blue.
Yeah. I just went green. I kept thinking of like Return of the Jedi. I was like, yeah, I want to be like Luke.
I wanted to do that, but I didn't like the shade of green, so I was like, no, I'll go back to blue.
I'm hoping there's more. I want it to be like yellow lightsabers and purple and stuff like that.
Oh,
because there is in like the Clone Wars, isn't there?
Yeah, surely there'll be more.
There's loads of colours.
Yeah, I'm confident there will be. I mean, they had this sort of option on Knights of the Old Republic back in like 2002 or wherever it came out. So, it's gonna have it on this one, I'm pretty sure, because they're giving you a lot of options with the hilt and different stuff like that. So
I like the designs of some of them as well.
Yeah, same.
So
yeah, it's what you want though, isn't it?
Have you noticed as well? I mean, it's not really so much for spoiling now because it was actually in that Xbox conference. They kind of showed it off. But have you noticed on the edge of your lightsaber, it's like broken off?
Yeah.
So obviously, I think we all know at some point what upgrade that's going to be.
Yeah. Well, like you said, though, it was in the bloody conference.
Yeah. So it's not really a spoiler. I think it's hopefully we all want to be like Darth Maul, don't we? So hopefully,
I don't actually like the double-bladed lightsaber.
He's not a fan. Oh, okay.
No, I like it on the enemies. I think it's cool. I just mean
not
for my own character, I prefer having a single.
I think you'll be able to swap though. I think it'll be like a button press.
Yeah,
where you can switch between one. Yeah, so
that would work.
Hopefully, anyway. Hopefully.
Yeah.
So.
Well, anyway, we'll leave it there because obviously that's our first impressions. We haven't played too much of it yet, but we're going to get back into doing that today, and hopefully we'll have more to discuss on the podcast next week. So look out for that. Yeah. Thanks for joining me as episode, and
it's been good.
Have a good week, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye. Bye.